I'm Jenny Kim.
And I'm Daniel Kelly, and we thought we'd cover how to prepare for what so many of us would love to avoid, a recital.
Recitals are a major component in a musician's life, either to complete a college degree or if you teach and perform. So you can try to avoid it, Daniel, but it's probably difficult, considering that a career in music is what you chose.
I actually have a ton of experience with French horn recitals.
Really? How many have you performed?
1.
Seriously? 1? And what did you play?
The Brahms Trio.
You've performed just one piece on only one recital?
Well, I destroyed my opener, Strauss's Second Horn Concerto, and then muddled my way through a Bach suite. It's just simpler to pretend they don't count.
Wow! So, moving on, Nashville recording artist Jennifer Kummer has agreed to share some of her rules about prepping for a recital.
Oh, I've got my own rules too.
And I can't wait to hear them. Getting ready for a recital can be fun. Tough because there's no way to dodge the hard work, but fun nonetheless.
Oh, I'm actually eager to hear what both of you have to say.
I've got 10 rules, and for those who pay close attention, you can earn some badges as well.
You might not be able to earn badges with me, but I can help you get ready for an amazing performance.
All right, let's see what Daniel has to start with.
Rule number 1. Start worrying before you even choose your repertoire.
Worrying about your recital is a waste of resources. Yes, fretting about your playing can spur you to become the best player you can be, but torturing yourself about a recital that's weeks or months away is foolish.
Rule number 2. When you do choose rep, don't aim for the center. Set up a clash between easy pieces you know you can nail and major flexes you've always thought you could play, but your teacher said you weren't ready for.
The right repertoire is important. As a player, you have to understand what you're capable of performing. Aiming high is admirable, but being practical is smart.
Rule number 3. Once your program's set, begin the practice process. By not practicing at all. You don't want to peak too early. You gotta time it just right, which isn't right now.
Listening to recordings of the pieces you've chosen is key. Not just one, but as many as you can find. Every player interprets music in different ways, and anything that speaks to you can be incorporated into your own performance.
Rule number 4. Once you do get into serious preparation, decide that things aren't going to go well, and then allow this idea to permeate all your practice sessions and rehearsals.
Woodshed, practice. Learn the pieces and then tear them apart to find the sections you're not playing at the same level as the simple passages. Then put it all back together again, but better.
Exactly.
Rule number 5. Tense up so tightly that your worst fears about your playing become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I think that being as relaxed as possible might be a better approach.
Body stretches and deep breaths before a practice session allow your body to loosen up. Eating foods with potassium, like a banana or dried fruit, helps reduce symptoms of stress and anxiety. All of this makes it easier to play.
Rule number 6. Share the good news and tell everyone you know that you're going to suck, so they might as well not come to the show.
I'm not so sure these rules of Daniel's offer the best advice so far, badges or not. Jenny, what else do you recommend to your students?
Practicing with a pianist or a recorded accompaniment as early as possible totally helps build your confidence, both with the mechanics of playing your instrument and with the overall musical direction of what you're performing.
Another thing that's a huge help is having a fantastic instrument. I play a Keith Berg and an XO, both of which make tuning as well as blending super easy.
I play an Eastman. The high range speaks effortlessly, and not having to work so hard allows me to focus on the music.
You know what doesn't come up a lot? Is how to choose what to wear.
Try not to wear white. If you've got even a touch of nerves, light colors can make you look pale and worried.
And don't wear something that constricts your breathing or movement. A rule of mine is to play through the program at least once in your recital outfit.
Speaking of rules, Daniel said he had 10, right? I suppose he must have a few more.
Rule number 7. Savor the power of positive thinking by interspersing any negativity with rampant egoism and arrogance.
A mock recital in front of colleagues, perhaps a week or two before your actual recital, is a must. You have to learn to accept gentle criticism as well as compliments from your peers.
I agree. Another good prep technique is to play your program twice in one day. Yes, generally you'll be more tense at the big event, so this is a great way to test as well as push your endurance.
Rule number 8. Even though for whatever reason you both seem to be ignoring my wisdom. Days before your recital, swap out 1 or 2 pieces for something more
relevant, avant-garde, edgy, impressive,
or less
traditional, boring, tiring, or difficult.
That's the badge all musicians deserve to earn. Though I think that having an alternate piece or two isn't the worst idea.
David Cooper, when auditioning for a principal position with the Berlin Phil, performed 9 recitals at 9 different venues beforehand, including an open mic night at a restaurant while his audience ate their dinner. While performing more recitals isn't exactly what most of us would leap for, this not only keeps you on track and in shape, but is a fantastic distraction from the real event.
Another great pre-recital distraction is to write some fun program notes or even design a cool ad or poster for your event. Why not? This you can control, unlike so much of what can happen during a live performance.
Rule number 9. When the dress rehearsal doesn't go as well as hoped, stomp about and blame A. the repair tech who clearly didn't understand what you meant by fine-tune. B. your collaborative artist. Ha! More like collaborative damage specialist. Or C. the composer and their obvious lack of compassion for the performer. Why not? Odds are they're not going to show up to defend themselves.
Watching and listening while other musicians rehearse and perform is an excellent method of understanding the process. To observe how they approach the task and how they interact with other players.
Studying how others hone their craft can also inspire. Who hasn't watched their peers rehearse, play, or perform, and then headed for a practice room, determined to work at it until you can play at a higher level?
Rule number 10. The night before the dreaded event, jack up on caffeine and energy drinks, and then panic and balance this with shots, beer, and trains.
Gosh, I have no idea why he would think we're ignoring him.
Especially since everything he said is so helpful.
I've played a lot of recitals, both as a student and as a horn professor. It's almost as if Daniel's choosing to set himself up for failure.
Some people actually can't help the way they think, though. It doesn't make them any less of a great musician. But while none of us can stop how we initially react to pressure, we can make a plan to counteract our worst instincts and play our best, no matter the circumstances.
Absolutely. Playing your heart out. That's exactly why I chose to be a musician, so go for it.
We'll leave you with this thought. No recital, unless you're the embodiment of perfection, will be impeccable. You should aim for the best you can do that day and be happy with it. The goal is to make music, not to be a note-perfect playing robot.
Yes, things might go wrong, but that's life, and life happens, just like recitals. Make the most of your big moment, and I say, enjoy the attention.
And for an added bonus as we end, I've agreed to play an excerpt from my one recital. Recorded by the RCA Victor Company.